Hey there, I'm fueling up and getting ready to head out on one of my favorite Nebraska byways, the Loup Rivers Scenic Byway. This route runs 150 miles along Nebraska Highways 11 and 91, and it's chock full of great things to see and do. The first thing you'll notice, no matter which end of the byway you start on, is the great view from your car window. Rolling sandhills, winding rivers, a big camel. Camel? Oh yeah, hey, we're in Carroll. And that welcome camel isn't the only wildlife you'll see. There's some outstanding birding hotspots along the way. Well, down by Wood River, the annual sandhill crane migration is quite a sight. 500,000 cranes take a pit stop along the Platte River Valley every year from late February to early April. Now that's a must-see.
Then from must-sees to must-dos, this byway is packed to the gills with fun. The Calamus Reservoir offers more than 5,000 acres of recreational opportunities, from fishing, boating, camping, even windsurfing. And there are miles of sandy beaches. Hey, if you're headed out for some recreational boating, stick to the lower half of the reservoir. It's the area with no wake restrictions. But if you're here to cast a line, hit the upper half. And trust me, this is where you'll hook some lunch. Now on to the Museum of Nebraska Major League Baseball in St. Paul, featuring all the major leaguers with ties to Nebraska, and Happy Jack Peak chalk mine just outside Scotia. The chalk they were finding was actually calcareous diatomite, and it was used in everything from building foundations to paint filler. The mine hasn't been in operation since the early 1940s, but it's sure an interesting stop. And from mining history to military history, our next stop is Fort Hartsuff State Historical Park. Fort Hartsuff, named after Civil War hero Major General George L. Hartsuff, was in full military operation between 1874 and 1881. The fort's directive was to protect settlers as they moved west in search of free land. Today, you can tour restored buildings that were original to the fort, including the barracks, the officers' quarters, the hospital, the guardhouse, and the post headquarters. But if you don't mind your P's and Q's, hey, well, just look how things could turn out. Whew, glad I got out of that one. And just in time to catch a little rodeo action. This favorite cowboy pastime is said to have started in Nebraska, and no one does it bigger than Nebraska's big rodeo in Burwell. No, really, it's one of the nation's largest outdoor rodeos, complete with bucking broncos, calf roping, bull riding, and some of the best cowboys in the circuit. Another favorite event is the junk jaunt. This 3-day yard sale stretches more than 300 miles with people selling just about anything you can think of. Who knows what treasures you might find. And our last stop of the day is Dannebrog, a little town brimming with Danish pride. Something else for Dannebrog to be proud of is the Danish Baker. It's a great place to start your day with a cup of joe and a cinnamon roll. Lucky for me, I swung through town on a Thursday night just in time for the famous deep dish pizza. You know, I don't know what pizza has to do with being Danish, but it sure is tasty. I'm Rick Bolton, making my way along Nebraska's byways. I'll see you down the road. This is good.